so excited in anticipation, you shaking a little bit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it's a
yeah.
fight about to happen. I feel y'all, brothers. I feel you. So listen. So in about 2 seconds, Kareem Ali will begin to speak. Listen. So,
Okay.
so I feel like this is an assertion of mine that you can agree or disagree. And you may agree with me. I don't know. It may not be a debate at all. I believe that the Muhammad Ali of 1967 is not only the greatest heavyweight of all time, he may be the greatest fighter of all time. I believe that Ali, the one that beat Oscar Bonavena, the one that beat Cleveland Williams, the one that knocked out Zora Foley before his exile, would probably defeat any heavyweight in history. And because he was a scientifically advanced boxer beyond the previous generation of the Joe Lewises and the Rocky Marcianos, I believe that if this Ali had faced Joe Frazier in 1971, that Joe Frazier wouldn't have stood a chance. Ali would have picked him apart. He would have found him at every destination. Joe would have never been able to get going, and it would have been almost a no contest. What say you? Who wants to go first to challenge Kareem Ali on this?
You ain't gonna get no pushback from me. Those are the things I've been, telling cats for a while. And it's funny because most cats don't see that Ali. Even myself, when I go back in YouTube, I always go more so to see the decline in Ali that used his IQ because the Ali that back never touched the rope,
Mm.
there's no drama in those fights. You just looking in all at the Cleveland Williams, the Floyd Patterson, Zoe Foley. You just looking in all like, yo. And to that other point, I always said that because he would have caught Joe, long as he stayed dedicated, he would have caught Joe coming out the Olympics before he developed and
Into the fighter he
became
was, yes.
the fighter he was. And even if the fighter he was, I don't think, because, most of the success Joe had was when he got Ali against the ropes. That Ali didn't have the legs to dance 15 rounds anymore. Like when he fought Ernie Terrell, never touched the ropes, 15 rounds, effortless. You know what I mean? So being out for 3.5 years, not knowing if you ever was coming back, I guess, he wasn't in the gym every day and all that kind of stuff. And, he just, it's
It's ring rust. There's a lot of ring rust going on.
yeah, and he never really got that back because you would think, as you look, because Holyfield said that one time he was just making a point about how much they know about sports medicine. Some of the things they learn about the different vitamins and I'm gonna say vitamins.
Steroids.
You know what I'm
Steroids.
saying? They all taking them. They all taking them. They all taking
Manny
them. That's
Pacquiao
why
liquid.
you, that's why you see Bernard could fight for years later. You never seen welterweights fight for at that high level as Floyd did at 37, 38. Especially it wasn't too much of a decline in his speed and reflexes and
Right.
his legs and stamina. So even if they're not using things that's banned, they're using something that the guys in the 60s and 70s didn't have.
I agree. James, what would you say to this point?
Yeah, you're not gonna get much fight from me on that either. I think the only other fighter I would say, and really there's no comparison, I would say maybe Jack Johnson. And the reason I say there's no comparison is because that was like primal boxing, and that was bare knuckle.
Right.
They let you fight with broken ribs, couple teeth knocked out, and so I would have to put Jack Johnson up there. But again, I don't think there's a comparison between him and the Ali you speak of, just because the time difference in the time that they fought, it was a truly different fight game at that time. But no, I wouldn't argue with your first point.
Well, you guys are smart. I tried to set you up, and you're very smart. Not to, I should have brought someone over here that didn't know as much about what they were talking about.